the gentle guardian of the northern lights. In the deepest reaches of the north, where the land met the sky in a perpetual dance of ice and starlight, lived a being known to the Norse folk as Yozalf, the light elf. Yozalf was not of flesh and bone, but of pure, shimmering energy, a benevolent spirit whose very essence was intertwined with the celestial tapestry of the aurora borealis. While men and women slept in their turf-roofed longhouses, dreaming of hearth warmth and bountiful harvests, Yozalf began a nightly vigil, a silent ballet across the cosmic canvas, ensuring the northern lights danced with beauty and harmony, bringing comfort and wonder rather than fear. Yozalf resided in a realm beyond the highest peaks, a place where the air was always crisp with cosmic dust and the silence was profound, broken only by the faint hum of distant stars. This was not Asgard, nor Alfheim, but a space between, a celestial workshop where the raw energies of the cosmos were gently shaped. Yozalf's form was fluid, shifting like the very lights they guided, sometimes a shimmering wisp, sometimes a column of soft, pulsating color, always emanating a profound sense of peace. Their existence was a continuous flow, a dance of pure intention and cosmic grace. They had no need for sleep or sustenance as mortals knew it. Their being was sustained by the very light they wove, and their rest was found in the perfect harmony of their creations. Each night, as the sun dipped below the horizon of Midgard, casting the northern lands into long, deep twilight, Yozalf would begin their work. Their tools were not physical, but extensions of their will, gentle currents of thought, subtle waves of cosmic intention. They would gather the ethereal energies that drifted from the sun's distant breath, the magnetic whispers of the earth, and the faint echoes of dreams rising from the sleeping world below. With a grace born of ancient practice, Yozalf would begin to weave these energies together, much like a master weaver at a celestial loom. The process was akin to a cosmic meditation, each thread of light placed with deliberate care, each color chosen with the profound understanding of its emotional resonance. The process was slow, deliberate, and deeply meditative. Yozalf would first stretch out invisible threads of pale green, like the shy shoots of spring, across the vast expanse of the sky. These were the foundational threads, representing life, growth, and the enduring spirit of Midgard. Then, with a gentle touch, they would introduce hues of violet, bleeding softly into the green, followed by delicate strokes of rose and gold. Violet for the mysteries of the cosmos and the depth of dreams. Rose for gentle love and compassion. Gold for the warmth of hope and the promise of dawn. Each color was chosen with purpose, each pattern orchestrated to evoke a specific feeling, comfort, wonder, tranquility, and a deep sense of cosmic belonging. There was no haste, no struggle, only a profound dedication to creating a display that would soothe the souls of those who gazed upon it. Yozalf understood that the beauty of the aurora was not just in its visual splendor, but in its ability to touch the deepest parts of the mortal spirit, to quiet anxieties, and to inspire a sense of serene awe. Yozalf's intention was always benevolent. They knew the fears that could grip the hearts of mortals in the long, dark winters, the fear of the unknown, of the encroaching cold, of the vast, silent wilderness. The aurora, in its raw, untamed form, could be overwhelming, even terrifying. But Yozalf tempered its power, guiding its dance with a gentle hand, ensuring that its ethereal beauty brought solace, a silent promise of enduring light in the deepest night. The movements were fluid, graceful, never jarring, like a slow, cosmic breath, a gentle inhale and exhale of celestial energy that resonated with the very pulse of the earth below. They were the unseen hand that smoothed the edges of cosmic chaos, turning raw power into comforting beauty. Down on Midgard, in the remote northern settlement of Nordheim, life was hard won from the land and sea. Nestled deep within a fjord, surrounded by towering, snow-capped mountains and ancient, silent forests, Nordheim was a place where the aurora was not merely a spectacle, but a constant, profound presence. Its lights often filled the sky, painting the snow-covered landscape in shifting hues, turning the familiar world into a realm of ethereal magic. The longhouses, built from sturdy timber and topped with thick turf roofs, huddled together for warmth, their smoke holes exhaling thin plumes of wood smoke into the crisp air. Life was simple, dictated by the rhythm of the seasons, the bounty of the forest, the generosity of the fjord, and the ever-present, comforting glow of the northern lights. In Nordheim lived Ragnar, an elder whose face was etched with the wisdom of countless winters. His eyes, though often crinkled with laughter, held a deep, knowing gaze, as if he saw beyond the veil of the ordinary. He was a man of quiet strength, a storyteller whose voice was a low, comforting rumble, like the distant sound of the sea. Ragnar had learned of Yozalf from his own grandmother, who had learned it from hers, a lineage of quiet understanding passed down through generations. He knew the ancient tales, not as mere stories, but as living truths woven into the fabric of their existence. Ragnar's grandchild, Astrid, was a young soul, barely past her 10th winter, with an insatiable curiosity and a spirit as bright as the aurora itself. She would often sit beside Ragnar on the snow-covered rocks overlooking the village, her small body bundled in furs, her gaze fixed on the dancing lights above. The cold air would nip at her nose, but she felt no discomfort, only a profound sense of wonder and a quiet eagerness to learn. Grandfather, Astrid would whisper, her breath misting in the cold air, "What makes the sky dance so?" Her voice was soft, barely disturbing the profound silence of the northern night. Ragnar would smile, a gentle warmth in his eyes, his gaze fixed on the shimmering sky. "It is Yozalf, little one," he would say, his voice soft, the heart of the north. Yozalf weaves the lights for us, a silent song, a cosmic lullaby. They paint with the very breath of the cosmos, shaping the light to soothe our spirits, to guide our dreams, to remind us of the enduring warmth that lies beyond the deepest cold. He taught Astrid to observe the aurora not as a random display, but as a living presence, a benevolent force. "See how the green flows like a river," he would point, his gnarled finger tracing the ethereal currents, "and the violet bleeds like a bruise, then softens into rose." Yozalf paints with the breath of the cosmos, shaping the light to soothe our spirits, to guide our dreams. He explained that each color, each movement, carried a silent message, a gentle intention from Yozalf to the sleeping world. Astrid, with her open heart and keen senses, began to perceive the aurora in a new way. She learned to discern the subtle shifts in Yozalf's intentions. A slow, steady green might mean a night of profound peace, a quiet blessing on the sleeping village, a promise of fertile lands and bountiful harvests. A vibrant, swirling violet might be a gentle reminder of the mysteries of the universe, an invitation to wonder, a hint of the unseen realms that lay beyond Midgard. She learned to feel the subtle energy that emanated from the lights, a comforting warmth that seemed to chase away the chill of the northern night, filling her with a sense of calm and security. Yozalf, in their celestial realm, felt the quiet hopes and fears of humanity below. They felt the anxieties of the hunters, the weariness of the farmers, the restless dreams of the children. They sensed the subtle shifts in the collective mood of Nordheim, the quiet anxieties that rippled through the sleeping village. And in response, Yozalf would subtly adjust the aurora's display, weaving patterns of light that resonated with the needs of the sleeping world. For a village troubled by a long, dark winter, Yozalf would weave brighter, more persistent greens, a promise of enduring light, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. For a child plagued by nightmares, The lights might soften into gentle pastels, their movements slow and hypnotic, lulling them back into peaceful slumber, their dreams infused with celestial calm. One particularly long and arduous winter descended upon Nordheim. The snow piled high, higher than any in living memory, trapping the villagers in their longhouses. The sun, a pale, distant memory, barely touched the horizon, its light weak and fleeting. Fear began to creep into the hearts of the people, fear of dwindling supplies, of unseen dangers in the frozen wilderness, of the endless, encroaching darkness that seemed to swallow all hope. The whispers that reached Yozalf from Midgard were heavy with unease, a discordant note in the cosmic symphony, a collective sigh of despair that resonated through the celestial realm. Yozalf felt the weight of their despair. They knew that raw power would not suffice. What was needed was profound comfort, a visible sign of unwavering hope, a gentle reassurance that they were not forgotten. So, Yozalf began to weave with a new intensity, a deeper intention. They drew forth the purest, most vibrant greens, the color of life and renewal, and spun them into vast, shimmering curtains that draped across the entire northern sky. These curtains pulsed with a gentle rhythm, a cosmic heartbeat that resonated with the very pulse of the earth, a silent promise of life's enduring cycle. For weeks, the aurora blazed with an almost continuous intensity, its emerald hues dominating the night. It was not a chaotic dance, but a serene, flowing display, its movements slow and deliberate, like a vast, celestial ocean, its currents carrying messages of peace and resilience. The light filtered through the smoke holes of the longhouses, casting soft, green glows on the sleeping faces of the villagers, transforming the familiar darkness into a comforting twilight. Even in their dreams, they felt its comforting presence, a silent promise of endurance, a gentle hand guiding them through the long, cold nights. Ragnar would sit by the hearth, watching Astrid as she gazed out the smoke hole, her face bathed in the aurora's green light. "Yozalf watches over us," he would murmur, his voice filled with quiet certainty, his gaze distant, as if seeing beyond the confines of the longhouse. They remind us that, even in the deepest dark, the light endures. The sun will return, and the earth will awaken. This is the ancient promise, woven into the very fabric of the sky. Astrid, now a young woman, felt Yozalf's presence more strongly than ever. She could almost feel their gentle touch on the threads of light, their profound empathy for her people. She began to understand that the aurora was not just a natural phenomenon, but a living communication, a cosmic embrace, a silent dialogue between the celestial and the earthly. She learned to discern the subtle shifts in its patterns, interpreting them not as omens, but as benevolent messages. A particularly strong pulse might be a wave of comfort, a gentle ripple a sign of quiet observation. One night, a young hunter from Nordheim, Torvin, was caught in a sudden blizzard far from the village. Disoriented and freezing, he stumbled through the swirling snow, his hope dwindling with each step, his breath ragged in the biting wind. Above him, the aurora, guided by Yozalf, began to shift. The broad, green curtains narrowed, forming a distinct, shimmering path, a subtle beacon in the whiteout, a guiding light through the swirling chaos. Torvin, desperate, looked up and saw it, a path of light, seemingly leading him home, a silent invitation to follow. He followed it, his frozen limbs spurred by a renewed sense of purpose, his heart filled with a flicker of hope. Yozalf gently intensified the light just enough to guide him, never overwhelming, always reassuring, a silent hand on his shoulder. Hours later, exhausted but safe, Torvin stumbled back into Nordheim, guided by the silent, shimmering path in the sky. He collapsed by the hearth, his story a testament to the aurora's guiding power, a quiet miracle witnessed by the entire village. Yozalf's connection to Midgard was profound. They felt the silent growth of the ancient trees, their roots reaching deep into the earth, drawing sustenance from its hidden springs. They felt the slow currents of the underground rivers, their waters flowing with ancient memories. They felt the deep slumber of the mountains, their immense forms breathing with the subtle shifts of the earth. The aurora was not merely a light show. It was a cosmic breath, a link between realms, a constant exchange of energy and intention, a living tapestry woven from the very essence of the universe. Yozalf felt the quiet hopes of the young lovers, their hearts beating with gentle anticipation. They felt the silent prayers of the elders, their wisdom resonating with the ancient earth. They felt the innocent dreams of the children, their imaginations soaring among the stars. They understood that their purpose was not to interfere with mortal lives, but to nurture, to soothe, to inspire a sense of peace and wonder that would sustain humanity through its trials, a gentle, unwavering guardianship. As Astrid matured, her understanding of Yozalf deepened. She learned to interpret the subtle nuances of the aurora's dance. A rapid flutter might signify a shift in the wind. A slow, deep pulse might indicate a period of calm. A gentle wave a message of reassurance. She could almost feel Yozalf's presence as a gentle hum in the air, a profound sense of benevolent energy that permeated the very atmosphere of Nordheim. She became a bridge between her people and this cosmic guardian, offering quiet interpretations of the aurora's messages, guiding them not with fear or superstition, but with understanding and peace. She would often sit with Ragnar, their hands clasped, their eyes fixed on the sky, sharing a silent communion with Yozalf, their spirits intertwined with the cosmic dance. Ragnar, now very old, his voice a mere whisper, would often lean on Astrid, his gaze distant, as if seeing beyond the veil of life. "You see, little one," he would say, his voice softer than ever, "Yozalf's dance is eternal. It is a promise that even when the sun hides its face, light will always find a way. The darkness is but a canvas for their beauty. And you, Astrid, you are the one who helps our people remember that promise, to find peace in the longest nights." Astrid understood. Her role was not to control the aurora, for such a thought was absurd, but to interpret its gentle messages, to help her people find solace in its beauty, to remind them of the benevolent forces that watched over their world. She became the new heart of the North, a quiet guardian of her people's spirit, a living conduit for celestial peace. She carried the weight of this responsibility with a serene grace, her heart filled with a profound sense of purpose. Yozalf's eternal vigil continued, their silent ballet across the celestial canvas never ceasing. The aurora's endless dance became a constant source of comfort and wonder for the people of Nordheim. It was a reminder that even in the vastness of the cosmos, there was a guiding presence, a benevolent spirit that wove light into dreams and dreams into peace. The lights were a constant, silent companion, a luminous thread connecting their small village to the boundless universe. On the longest nights of winter, when the cold was biting and the darkness seemed endless, the villagers of Nordheim would gather in their longhouses, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the hearth fires. But their eyes would often drift to the smoke holes, where the emerald and violet curtains of the aurora would shimmer, a silent, majestic presence. They would feel a profound sense of peace, a quiet understanding that they were not alone, that the heart of the North watched over them, weaving dreams of light and warmth into the very fabric of the night. The fear that had once gripped them was replaced by a quiet awe, a deep sense of security. Astrid, now the elder, would sit by the hearth, her own grandchild nestled beside her, their eyes fixed on the dancing lights. She would tell them stories of Yozalf, of the gentle guardian who painted the sky, of the silent ballet that brought comfort and wonder. Her voice, soft and resonant, would blend with the crackle of the fire and the distant murmur of the wind, creating a lullaby that lulled the children into a deep, peaceful slumber, their dreams filled with the gentle glow of cosmic light. The aurora would continue its timeless dance, a cosmic symphony of light and color, guided by the gentle hand of Yozalf. It would sweep across the vast, silent sky, its ethereal beauty a constant source of peace and inspiration. And as the people of Nordheim slept, their dreams would be filled with the soft glow of the northern lights, a comforting embrace from the heart of the north, ensuring that the quiet magic of the Arctic night sky endured for all time. A perpetual lullaby for a world in slumber, a testament to the enduring peace found in the heart of nature. The whispers of the cosmos were eternal, carrying the story of the gentle guardian forever onward, a gentle, unending narrative of the north, a perpetual lullaby for a world in slumber, a testament to the enduring peace found in the heart of nature. The celestial realm where Yozalf resided was not a place of fixed stars and rigid constellations, but a fluid expanse of cosmic energy, a shimmering tapestry of light and shadow. Here, Yozalf moved with an effortless grace, their form constantly dissolving and reforming, a living embodiment of the aurora itself. The air hummed with the silent music of the spheres, a symphony of cosmic vibrations that only Yozalf could truly hear and interpret. Each particle of cosmic dust, each whisper of solar wind, was a thread in their grand design, a note in their celestial composition. This realm was a sanctuary of pure intention, where the raw forces of the universe were refined into benevolent light. Yozalf's work was not merely about creating beautiful lights, it was about maintaining a delicate cosmic balance. The aurora was a conduit, a bridge between the raw, untamed energies of the universe and the fragile, dreaming world of Midgard. Without Yozalf's gentle guidance, these energies could be chaotic, overwhelming, even destructive. But with their benevolent touch, they were transformed into a source of profound comfort, a celestial balm for the souls of mortals. They were the silent alchemists of the heavens, transmuting cosmic storms into serene beauty. They understood the intricate dance between the sun's distant breath and the Earth's magnetic heart. They knew how the solar flares, like cosmic sighs, sent ripples of energy across the vastness of space, and how the Earth's protective shield gently drew these energies in, transforming them into the vibrant hues of the aurora. Yozalf's role was to harmonize this interaction, to ensure that the light was always a blessing, never a burden. They felt the subtle vibrations of the Earth's core, the slow, rhythmic pulse of its molten heart, and they wove the aurora to resonate with this deep, grounding energy, anchoring the celestial light to the earthly realm. Down on Midgard, the village of Nordheim continued its quiet existence, deeply intertwined with the rhythms of the northern land. The longhouses, their turf roofs thick with snow in winter and lush with grass in summer, were more than just shelters. They were extensions of the earth itself, rooted deeply in the ancient soil. The people lived a life of quiet resilience, their days marked by the rising and setting of the sun, the ebb and flow of the tides, and the ceaseless, comforting presence of the aurora. Their lives were a testament to enduring harmony, a quiet dance with the elements. Ragnar, in his final years, would often sit with Astrid by the longhouse window, his hand resting gently on hers. His voice, now a mere whisper, would speak of the ancient days, of the first people who came to these lands, guided by the very lights Yozalf wove. He spoke of how the aurora had always been a source of comfort, a sign that the gods, or benevolent spirits like Yozalf, watched over them. He taught Astrid to feel the subtle shifts in the aurora's energy, to understand its language not just with her eyes, but with her heart, to perceive its unspoken messages. He shared tales of how the aurora had guided lost travelers, soothed troubled minds, and brought hope in times of despair, always with a gentle touch. Astrid, now the village elder, carried Ragnar's wisdom with grace. She understood that her role was to be a living bridge between the visible and the invisible, to interpret the silent messages of the cosmos for her people. She would often spend hours alone on the high peaks overlooking Nordheim, her face turned towards the dancing lights, her spirit open to Yozalf's subtle guidance. She learned to discern the specific patterns that indicated a bountiful fishing season, or a gentle winter, or a time of quiet introspection for the community. She felt a profound responsibility, yet it was a light burden, carried with joy and a deep sense of connection. Yozalf, in their celestial realm, felt Astrid's connection, her profound empathy for her people. They recognized her as a kindred spirit, a reflection of their own benevolent purpose. And in response, Yozalf would weave the aurora with an even deeper intention, a more nuanced beauty, knowing that Astrid would understand its silent language and translate it into comfort and guidance for Nordheim. Their cosmic dance became a silent dialogue between the celestial guardian and the earthly interpreter, a continuous exchange of peace and understanding. The Aurora's dance was never the same twice. Each night, Yozalf would compose a new symphony of light, a unique masterpiece of cosmic energy. Sometimes it would be a slow, majestic flow of emerald green, like a vast, silent river winding across the sky, bringing a sense of profound peace and tranquility to the sleeping land. Other times it would be a delicate, shimmering curtain of violet and rose, its movements subtle and ethereal, inviting dreams of beauty and wonder, inspiring artists and poets in their slumber. And on rare occasions, when the needs of Midgard were great, when a deep, collective anxiety settled over the land, Yozalf would weave a powerful, swirling vortex of pure, white light, a beacon of immense hope and renewal. A clear sign that the cosmos watched over them with unwavering care. The children of Nordheim grew up with the aurora as their constant companion. They would play beneath its shimmering glow, their laughter echoing in the crisp night air, their imaginations ignited by its ethereal beauty. They learned from Astrid that the lights were not something to fear, but something to cherish, a gift from the benevolent heart of the North. They would fall asleep with the aurora's colors dancing behind their eyelids, their dreams filled with cosmic wonders and a profound sense of peace, their spirits cradled by the celestial lullaby. The long winters in Nordheim, though still challenging, were no longer feared with the same intensity. The aurora, guided by Yozalf, provided a constant source of light and comfort, a reminder that even in the deepest darkness, the light would always return. The villagers found solace in its presence, gathering by their hearths, their conversations softer, their spirits calmer, as they watched the celestial ballet unfold above them. The fear of the unknown was replaced by a quiet awe, a deep sense of security and belonging. Yozalf's eternal vigil was a testament to the enduring power of benevolence, to the profound connection between the cosmos and the earth, and to the silent, unwavering guidance that permeated the universe. Their dance was a continuous act of love, a cosmic lullaby that cradled the sleeping world in its gentle embrace, ensuring that dreams were sweet and spirits were soothed. It was a promise whispered on the cosmic winds, a silent vow that light would always triumph over darkness, and peace would always find its way. And so, the northern lights continued to dance, a timeless symphony of light and color, guided by the gentle hand of Yozalf. They swept across the vast, silent sky, their ethereal beauty a constant source of peace and inspiration. And as the people of Nordheim slept, their dreams would be filled with the soft glow of the northern lights, a comforting embrace from the heart of the north, ensuring that the quiet magic of the Arctic night sky endured for all time. A perpetual lullaby for a world in slumber, a testament to the enduring peace found in the heart of nature. The whispers of the cosmos were eternal, carrying the story of the gentle guardian forever onward, a gentle, unending narrative of the North, a perpetual lullaby for a world in slumber, a testament to the enduring peace found in the heart of nature. The profound silence of the Arctic night was not an empty void, but a canvas upon which Yozalf painted their masterpieces. This silence, deep and resonant, allowed the subtle energies of the aurora to be felt more acutely, to sink into the very core of being. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a stillness that invited contemplation and a deep connection to the cosmic rhythms. Yozalf, in their ethereal form, moved within this silence, their every intention a ripple of light, their every thought a brushstroke of color across the vast canvas of the sky. The very air itself seemed to hum with their presence, a frequency of pure, benevolent energy that resonated with the quietude of the frozen world. The celestial realm was not a distant, unreachable place, but intimately connected to Midgard. Yozalf felt the subtle shifts in the Earth's magnetic field, the gentle hum of its core, the quiet growth of the ancient glaciers. They understood that the aurora was a living breath, a cosmic exhalation that nourished the northern lands. Their dance was a reciprocal exchange, a giving and receiving of energy that sustained both the celestial and the earthly realms. They were the bridge between the material and the ethereal, ensuring a harmonious flow of life force. Yozalf's purpose extended beyond merely creating beautiful light. They were also the guardians of cosmic dreams, the gentle shepherds of the collective unconscious. When the people of Nordheim slept, their dreams would rise like faint mists, drifting upwards towards the celestial realm. Yozalf would gently gather these dreams, sifting through the anxieties and worries, and infusing them with threads of peace, hope, and wonder. They would then weave these purified dreams back into the aurora's display, creating a feedback loop of comfort and reassurance. This was why the aurora often felt so deeply personal to those who observed it, as if it spoke directly to their innermost longings, a silent, comforting dialogue between the cosmos and the individual soul. Astrid, as she grew older and her connection to Yozalf deepened, began to understand this intricate process. She would often sit by the hearth, watching the sleeping faces of her villagers, and she could almost see the faint, shimmering threads of their dreams rising from their brows. She learned to interpret the subtle ways Yozalf responded to these dreams through the aurora's patterns. A particularly vibrant green might signify a collective dream of renewal and growth, a soft, pulsating violet, a shared dream of spiritual connection. She became adept at understanding the unspoken language of the celestial display, translating its cosmic poetry into earthly comfort. She found that her own dreams became clearer, more vivid, often filled with images of Yozalf's celestial dance. In these dreams, she would sometimes feel as if she was soaring alongside Yozalf, a tiny speck of consciousness immersed in the vast, shimmering expanse of the aurora. She would learn the subtle art of cosmic weaving, not with threads of wool, but with intentions of light, understanding the profound responsibility that Yozalf carried. These dream journeys were restorative, filling her with a sense of boundless peace and renewed purpose, preparing her for her waking role as the heart of the North. The long nights of winter in Nordheim, though still dark, were transformed by the aurora's constant presence. The villagers learned to find beauty in the deep twilight, to appreciate the quiet majesty of the frozen landscape bathed in ethereal light. They would gather in their longhouses, not just for warmth, but to share stories of the aurora, of its comforting presence, of the subtle guidance it offered. The tales of Yozalf became woven into the very fabric of their culture, a testament to their deep connection to the cosmos, a living tradition passed down from generation to generation. Children would be taught from a young age to look for Yozalf signs in the sky. They would learn the names of the aurora's different forms, the dancing spirits, the whispering curtains, the celestial river. They would understand that the lights were not just a natural phenomenon, but a living, breathing entity that watched over them with benevolent care. This understanding instilled in them a profound sense of security and belonging, a quiet confidence in the face of the vast, untamed North, a deep respect for the unseen forces that shaped their world. The elders of Nordheim, their faces lined with the wisdom of many winters, would often sit in silent contemplation beneath the aurora. They understood that Yozalf's dance was a continuous prayer, a cosmic blessing bestowed upon their land. They felt the profound peace that emanated from the lights, a peace that settled deep within their souls, quieting their anxieties and bringing a sense of harmony to their lives. Their worries seemed to melt away under the gentle, shimmering glow, replaced by a quiet acceptance and a deep sense of gratitude for the benevolent guardian above. As the centuries rolled on and the world of Midgard changed, Yozalf remained, an eternal constant in the ever-shifting tapestry of the cosmos. Their dance continued, a silent promise whispered across the vastness of space, a perpetual lullaby for the dreaming world. The people of Nordheim, through Astrid and her descendants, continued to honor Yozalf, their connection to the celestial guardian, an unbroken thread of peace and wonder. The aurora was not just a light in the sky, it was the very heartbeat of the North, a silent testament to enduring benevolence, a cosmic embrace that cradled all life in its gentle, shimmering glow. The very air of the Arctic, crisp and clean, carried the subtle resonance of Yozalf's presence, a frequency of peace that permeated the land. It was a stillness that was not empty, but full of ancient wisdom, of cosmic energy, of benevolent intention. Even the ice itself, vast and unmoving, seemed to hum with this quiet energy, its crystalline structures reflecting the aurora's light in endless, shimmering patterns. The frozen landscape, often seen as harsh, was transformed into a realm of profound serenity under Yozalf's watchful guidance. The wild creatures of the North, instinctively attuned to the subtle energies of their environment, felt Yozalf's calming influence most profoundly. The polar bears, immense and powerful, would move across the ice with a quiet dignity, their hunts conducted with a natural grace that spoke of harmony rather than aggression. The Arctic foxes, their white fur blending seamlessly with the snow, would dart through the twilight, their movements swift yet peaceful. Even the great whales, breaching the icy waters of the fjords, seemed to do so with a gentle exhalation, their ancient songs echoing the deep, resonant hum of the aurora. All life, from the smallest snowflake to the largest beast, moved in quiet accord with the celestial dance. The long winters, which once brought such hardship and fear, were now embraced by the people of Nordheim as a time of quiet contemplation and deep connection. The long nights, far from being oppressive, became an opportunity for profound introspection, for gathering by the hearth and sharing stories under the comforting glow of the aurora. The villagers found a new appreciation for the simple joys of warmth, of companionship, of the silent beauty that surrounded them. The aurora became their guiding light, not just physically, but spiritually, illuminating their inner landscapes and soothing their restless thoughts. Astrid, in her wisdom, established a tradition of aurora watchers, not a formal order, but a lineage of sensitive souls, chosen from among the children of Nordheim, who possessed the innate ability to perceive Yozalf's subtle messages. These watchers, guided by Astrid and her successors, would learn to interpret the nuances of the aurora's dance, to understand its language of light and color, and to translate its cosmic wisdom for the benefit of the community. They were the silent interpreters, the bridge between the celestial and the earthly, ensuring that Yozalf's benevolent guardianship remained a living, breathing presence in Nordheim. The stories of Yozalf and the aurora became central to their oral traditions, passed down from generation to generation, not as myths, but as sacred truths. Children would be sung lullabies about the dancing lights, their dreams filled with shimmering colors and gentle cosmic whispers. Young lovers would seek out the aurora's glow for blessings of peace and harmony in their unions. Elders would gaze upon its dance in their final moments, finding solace in its eternal beauty and the promise of a peaceful transition. Yoself's enduring presence fostered a culture of profound peace and resilience in Nordheim. The villagers learned to live in harmony with the harsh realities of the Arctic, embracing its challenges with a quiet strength and a deep sense of belonging. They understood that their existence was part of a larger, cosmic tapestry, woven with threads of light and dreams by a benevolent guardian. This understanding brought a profound sense of security, a quiet confidence that, even in the face of the vast, untamed North, they were watched over, guided, and loved. The aurora, a timeless symphony of light and color, continued its endless dance across the vast, silent sky, guided by the gentle hand of Yoself. It swept across the heavens, its ethereal beauty a constant source of peace and inspiration, a living testament to the enduring power of benevolence. And as the people of Nordheim slept, their dreams would be filled with the soft glow of the northern lights, a comforting embrace from the heart of the north, ensuring that the quiet magic of the Arctic night sky endured for all time. A perpetual lullaby for a world in slumber, a testament to the enduring peace found in the heart of nature. The whispers of the cosmos were eternal, carrying the story of the gentle guardian forever onward, a gentle, unending narrative of the North, a perpetual lullaby for a world in slumber, a testament to the enduring peace found in the heart of nature.